Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Guild Wars 1 Let's Play. I know things are looking a little different. That's fine. We're continuing on the main quest. In between episodes I went out and I acquired some new friends for us to make the journey, well, just to make the journey more fun basically. I picked up some heroes, which are basically just mercenaries that you can select their skills on. So we got us a nice list out here. We also got some new armor set, max armor, so I don't have to buy another armor set now until I get to pretty armors that we're gonna wear because they look pretty. This is 100% what I would have done if I was playing this for myself, so sorry if it bothers you for some reason, but if you're playing this game by yourself, you 100% should go and get the heroes. They'll make your life so much better, even if you want to play through the campaigns in order. I didn't go super far in any of the campaigns to get them. I just did like the most basic, minimal stuff to get them, so nothing too crazy. You'll see that in their respective Let's Plays. So some of them are from Eye of the North, some of them are from Nightfall. So those sections will be in those Let's Plays if you're looking for them at a much later date, because if you're watching this whenever it came out, we still have all of Prophecies and Factions to get through before any of that's relevant. But we're on our way to the Delesio Seaboard to report our arrival to the White Knights. Or sorry, White Mantle. White Knights. White Mantle. So we can say we here. Okay, we need to talk to Mantle Knight Karaya. It's a nice walk-in. They do a good job of making you like realize that the White Mantle is much more like entrenched. It's kind of cool to see this place because since pre-searing, we kind of haven't seen a place where humans are like more or less thriving. That's definitely one thing that's a little bit weird with this continent compared to the other continents. Is on this continent, humans are doing pretty bad, but on the other ones, humans are pretty okay, pretty fine, good. This is a cool outpost because you can actually see there's enemies out here, and these guys up here will actually kill them as they run by. There used to actually be an AFK leveling method before it was patched, where you could literally sit here and they would kill the enemies and you would slowly get XP. That's something from way back in the day. Alright, so let's talk to the Mantle Knight Karaya. Justigar told... Oh... Torimo told me about you. It's the will of the unseen, no doubt. Oh, the unseen, who's that? That brings you here, for we are greatly troubled by the rising tide of undead that has beset the countryside. We need a message sent to the confessor in the temple to the west so that he may consider how to best protect these lands. You have witnessed yourself these undead abominations. I'd like you to travel to the Temple of Tolerance and tell Confessor Dorian of all that you have done and seen. If you're ready to undertake this task, gather together a party and click enter mission. What a fourth wall break. So this is the Delesio Seaboard. So we're going to this temple here. We're on the way to the temple. So while we're on the way, maybe we'll talk about our team here. So going over there. Oh, this is gonna bother me. That's not in order. There we go. Alright. So we got us some heroes here. So as you can see, you can actually design the builds yourself, as well as yeah, you can design their builds yourself, as well as actually give them a second profession. So that's what we did. A lot of them are second professioned up and ready to go. We have Gwen on a pretty standard domination mesmer, something that we will probably be near at the end of this game. I haven't exactly decided which build I want to play for this. I think I'm probably going to try to make an inspiration build. I've always wanted to try to make an inspiration build work, but I think for Prophecies especially, as Prophecies is quite a bit, I don't say more annoying, but it's going to be a little bit rougher than some of the other ones. We're probably going to go through with Dom, which is kind of the default Mesmer one. Illusion's also pretty good as well, the other one. Maybe we'll do Illusion, actually, because I won't have a second Mesmer. These are not all the heroes we have. We have a couple others, and we also will be picking up at least one more before the end of the story, but I'm waiting till a certain point in the story is done before grabbing him. So we're at this village now. Village out in the... on the coast. We're gonna clear it out of all the undead really quick. Yeah, so I guess maybe I'll talk a little bit about some of the other builds. So we also have Susuke on a Mesmer Dom build. He is not a Mesmer himself, but for lack of a better term, Dom Mesmers are just the absolute chef's kiss in this game, at least for like damage for heroes. There's a couple other builds that can compete with Dom Mesmers, but they're relatively specific. Like, oh, I think we have to save him. Thankfully, our healers went over to save him. Because I think we would have failed if I had let him die. Yeah, there's a couple other builds that can compete, but in general, Dom Mesmers just do the most damage. And Mesmers in general just do the most damage out of heroes. So I think we have to talk to him now. Yeah, he's got the exclamation mark. So that's why we have two. That's why we have an elementalist playing a Dom Mesmers, because truth be told, it's just better than him being an elementalist. You saved my life, thank you. Okay, I think we just talked to this gate guard, and he lets us through, right? Is that? We're trying to get to this temple. Yeah, I'll let you through, but leave at your own risk. I'll not let any more boneheads get to my home. So yeah, now we're going through the swampy areas. We saw a little bit of that in the Gates of Kryta mission, but this is one of our other first looks into kind of the spooky swamps of this region, which are pretty cool. They have like mushrooms growing on that logs and stuff like that. But yeah, then we also have because this is the region we're in right now, and it's mainly undead population, we have a smiting monk, which is normally not too very good, but because of where we are, I thought would be a fun build to have hanging out with us. So let's get our little friend out with us. So we have a smiting monk here who has some that's like the offensive monk spec. And she has like a lot of skills for the offensive monk are kind of like punishes enemies for attacking. So if an enemy's attacking, it'll either do bonus damage or it'll knock down or stuff like that. There's also some like hex and condition removal. So we have some of that going on there from her. And then I gave her this shout, which is a Paragon ability, which we'll talk more about Paragons whenever we get to Nightfall, which is a couple expansions away, 2 expansions away. I think it's... I'm trying to remember which way we're supposed to go. I think it's this way. I could be wrong, though. I'm definitely wrong, but there's a boss up here, so we're going to kill him. Get some more morale, so we have a little bit more HP and stuff. But anyway, yeah, Paragons have shouts, which are like... Shouts are like instant cast abilities, basically. So we gave her one that speeds us all up and gives us a little bit of healing, just so we can run around a little bit quicker. Where on earth? Oh, I think we're supposed to go over there. Oops. Yeah, I think that's where we're supposed to be going, actually, so... we'll head that way. And then we have 2 healing monks as well. We have one on UA, which is essentially just a reusable res skill. That basically whenever someone dies, he'll end this enchantment, and then we'll just instantly res to him. So it's just a really good res skill. And then the other one is on Healing Burst, which is just an AoE heal skill. So we have 2 healers now, which is super nice, and our damage dealers now have way better skills and builds on them. So besides the fact that we only have like 3 plus myself and the Imp, we are still going to be doing way more damage than we were with heroes. There is at least one more hero we're going to pick up before the end of the story, but I'm going to wait till a certain point in the story to grab him since he has some minor spoilers. But yeah, that's how the heroes are. That's how the heroes work. They just, you have the ability to set any of their skills and stuff yourself. You also have the ability to give them any gear you want as well. I just have them on the basic stuff that they came with, and they're probably just going to stay that way for most of the game. But you have the ability to change what runes and armor and stuff they have on them as well to give them more power, if you so wish. Definitely, if you're on a character that you're going to be keeping around, or if it's like your first character, definitely something worth maybe considering. But realistically, especially for normal mode content, which is what we're doing right now, it's not really needed. You don't really need to worry about gearing out your heroes for normal mode content. Kind of just putting them with whatever they have by default will be fine. Even if it's like not necessarily what they want. Alright, so here we are. We found Confessor Dorian. And we're now going to defend the temple, basically, as the waves of undead come to us. But definitely, if you plan on doing hard mode content with your heroes, I would definitely recommend possibly getting them some slightly better gear. And I'll probably mention in this story where you can get that, because there's a specific place in the story where you can craft what are essentially best in slot weapons for all the casters, super conveniently. So we'll talk about that once we get there. Just a simple little defend mission. I'm noticing that Talcora also, I didn't test these builds like at all really. They're just kind of just whatever I remember from forever ago, and I'm realizing Talcora probably needs more, I need to get rid of something that costs energy and give her a signet instead. So that she has a little bit better energy management. Not that she's run out, but she gets close. We could actually just run out there and kill stuff. Like, you actually can just run out here and kill everything, but I'm a little worried that if I do that, then the Confessor is gonna die somehow back here and I'll have to redo the mission. So that's why I'm not just YOLOing out there and killing everything, even though I very easily could. I'm gonna try to stop running in and out of that because that's probably annoying as all heck. As I say that, I literally run right through it. do have to get back before the next wave comes up to the Confessor. I think we're good though. I think they're on the other side. Oh, Pure Morcom, they just said. Definitely also look at these things here. These weird little purple, like, towers. And we've been hearing stuff about the unseen ones. Just keep that stuff in mind. It seems like there's another power going on here, or because those artifacts don't, or these towers don't really match like the White Mantle style, so that makes you think they're from somewhere else or something. So what's going on with that? Uh-oh. They came up the other side. Here you go back. Yeah. Hopefully some of our friends down there can finish off. Yep. Yeah, I'll probably swap out Smite for one of the signets. Ooh, someone leveled up. Ooh, it's me. Can we get any more Dom? We can't, so let's just get fast casting. And I don't need an inspiration, so we can just get the level in fast casting. Alright. There are a couple missions like this in Prophecies where it's a wait and see kind of thing. And it's definitely like, this mission could be a lot more hectic, you know, back in the day when people had less skills, didn't know what they were doing as much, but now that, not only did I, you know, go and get heroes, so I'm much more powerful than anyone would be in this point in the game normally, like, I actually just know what skills are good. So sometimes these can feel like they drag on a little bit. On the other hand, if they didn't feel like this, you'd have frickin' you'd be failing the mission all the time because the suicidal NPC would be dying all the time. So it's a give and take. It's a give and take. I'll probably show off some more builds and talk a little bit about different ones as we go through for heroes and stuff like that. So if you're playing through yourself, or, you know, if you haven't played in a while and you want to have a good experience. But for now, this is what we're rolling with, and until, at least for the next little bit, this is going to be pretty much it. Let's hope no one comes up the other side when we're killing this guy. Nope. Good. Now we can discuss the undead matter with him. Oh. Yes, but we're aware of the undead army. When the fort fell under attack, I sent my scribe Danis with the package. He carries the scepter of ore with orders to keep it out of the hands of the undead. I would be indebted to you if you would locate Danis and return him here safely. Alright. So that's who we're going. I don't know why that was a cutscene. Or why that wasn't a cutscene. That feels like that should have been a cutscene. I don't know. Not a big deal, but it was a little weird. It feels like that was set up to be a cutscene, and then it was just him talking. But we're going now to find this scribe and bring him back with this Scepter of War, which is an artifact that hopefully we can use to turn the undead, or help fight against them. But you know, considering our track record with magic MacGuffins, you know, we had the Horn and Ascalon that, you know, kind of didn't, like, it helped a little bit, but didn't really do anything. I have a sneaking suspicion the Scepter of War is giving me more trouble than it's worth, too. We don't necessarily have the best track record with magic MacGuffins. Oh, there he is. Just over there. Past the Tree of Renewal. Which is a ranger, it looks like. Help! Hello, piggy. What's up? Oh. Hey.
I know who you are. You're the heroes everyone is talking about.
That's right. And we're here to escort you back to the Temple of Tolerance.
We can't go back to the temple. It's swarming with undead.
That's already been taken care of. The temple is safe again.
Oh, thank the heavens. Confessor Dorian will be very pleased to have the scepter back. Very pleased indeed.
Then let's not keep him waiting.
My man is wearing thigh-high boots and has a stomach window. I don't want to know what these priests are into.
Step forward. You have taken great risk today, placing yourself.
My man hella puffing up his chest. Yo, and he got his high-heel boots on.
In the face of overwhelming odds, you and your comrades chose the hero's path, and for that, I am in your debt. For your service to the White Mantle, it is my great pleasure to induct you into our organization and bestow upon you the title of Knight of the Mantle.
Well, that was fast.
Arise, Knight of the Mantle, and join your brothers in arms.
Okay, apparently thigh-high boots are just the norm with the entire faction. Okay, I can dig it. But that was quick. We're already a knight. We skipped scribe and all the lower ranks. We're already a higher ranking individual. All right, that was our first real mission in Kryta post saving. There's a lighthouse off there in the distance. I believe that's part of the mission. We are now in the Divinity Coast. The coast is the site of several of this region's oldest settlements. Humans have occupied these lands for over 700 years. Many generations of Krytan fishermen have grown up trolling the same sacred waters of the Giant's Basin, the huge saltwater lake that defines the northern edge of the coast. Okay, so now we're back to that bad problem that I mentioned a long time ago, where we just skip over large portions of the map, like here. For example, back in Ascalon, this entire space is playable, but you just skip it. This entire space is playable, but you skip it. They did a pretty good job in the Shiver Peaks of having, like, there is a lot more to these zones, but it's more like, okay, it's an alternate route, and you very much still journey through the Shiver Peaks. And then here it's like, we're back to, oh, we did Celestial Seaboard, now you're in Divinity Coast. You now skipped a huge portion of Kryta. Like, almost all of this place is a zone zones you can go through. There's like 2 or 3 extra outposts in here, like 3 or 4 extra zones, tons of quests, tons of stuff, but you just kind of skip over all of it. That's definitely something that I feel like Prophecies does by far the worst of any of the games, is you skip a lot of the game as a whole if you just follow the story. In Nightfall, or in Factions, you still do miss some stuff, but actually, now that I think about it, Factions is quite bad with it too. Nightfall is the one where they actually like did relatively well, where if you did everything, like if you did main story plus grab all the heroes in Nightfall, you probably only miss like 2 or 3 outposts at most, and not that many zones, but it's pretty bad for Prophecies and Factions. But anyway, that is going to be the end of today's episode. I want to thank you for coming out, and I hope you have a great day.